8 Republican presidential candidates have qualified for tomorrow's debate in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, including the former Arkansas Governor, Asa Hutchinson. He joins us live from Milwaukee right now. Governor, thank you so much for joining us. As you know, I'm sure Trump actually posted about you on his Truth Social account earlier this morning, saying this, and I'm quoting now from that account: Ada, that's what he called you, Ada Hutchinson, is too boring. He's at less than 1% and heading south, zero chance. Governor, what's your strategy to stand out during tomorrow's debate and have a breakthrough moment?
Well, first of all, I think Donald Trump's getting a little bit weak on his nicknames. That doesn't mean a whole lot. But in terms of this debate, the fact that I'm here is a breakout moment for the campaign in and of itself. This is really my first opportunity on a broad scale to introduce myself to America, talk about my record, my vision for this country. And so that's the opportunity I have. Very excited about being on that stage.
You've said, Governor, that you intend to prosecute Trump from the debate stage, but what can you actually say to change the minds of Trump supporters?
Well, whenever I use that phrase in a political sense, I want to make sure we describe the challenge to win in 2024 with Donald Trump. That's the case that has to be made, that we have to have a different direction for our party and for our country if we're going to win. And so that's going to be part of the discussion in the debate, and it's a case that has to be made in addition to what I want to do, my vision for this country, and the contrast with the other candidates, which is part of it as well.
You've signed that pledge to support whoever the Republican nominee is because you say you don't expect Trump to be the nominee. But in our CNN poll of polls, Trump is, look at this, up 40 points over his nearest rival. So what exactly are you expecting to happen to change that?
Well, I just came back from Iowa, the Iowa State Fair, and what you see on the ground is not reflective in those polls. And the polls are accurate, but I think the voters in Iowa and other places are saying we've got to look at a different option, and those numbers will move in the late fall and early winter. This is going to be a late deciding race, and part of it is they don't know where they're going to go. And so that's why this debate is so important, to contrast the different candidates. And as you see voters making decisions, you'll see those numbers change on Donald Trump.
Trump is scheduled, as you know, to surrender himself at the Fulton County Jail in Georgia one day after the debate. Are you concerned, Governor, that this will ultimately overshadow the debate and prevent anyone from really achieving a post-debate bump?
Every appearance he has in court, every hearing, every filing overshadows everything else. And so sure, and that's the reason that it's not fair to the voters to have 4 criminal cases pending against you, and you can't even attend a debate, and you can't go to functions. How's the voters going to be able to make a fair decision? But also, how can you effectively lead whenever you have those distractions? And so it's not good for our country, but that's where we are, and we've got to make our case on this debate platform, and people will be listening.
As part of Trump's $200,000 bond, he's been ordered not to use social media to intimidate potential witnesses or co-defendants. Do you think Trump is really capable of following that order, and what should happen if he breaks that rule?
Well, if it happened to anyone else, I know what would happen. I've been in court. I've seen judges hold defendants accountable, and I would expect that to happen in this case. And so there's a lot of leverage a judge has over those matters, and we'll see whether Mr. Trump decides to follow the instructions of the court, just like every other participant in the court system has to do.
Governor Asa Hutchinson, thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be with you, Wolf. Thank you.